What's good, ladies and gentlemen, bitches? Welcome back to the channel. Let me go ahead and take a quick swig. Got that tropical juice mixed with that pineapple juice, a little some of pineapple with a little tinkle of apple juice on top. It's excellent. We got that Sun Tropic coming up here. Let me go ahead and actually I keep making mistakes when I'm starting my shit, but we are here, episode 36 of the Southampton career mode, and we have the home and away fixture in the Champions League semi-final. You're going to see exactly how it pans out, whether we end up in the final or we go home. It's the big one today. And either side of those matches, we have a game against Huddersfield in the Premier League, and we have a game against Crystal Palace. Is it Crystal Palace? It's Crystal Palace in the Premier League. So we are fighting on all fronts for the Premier League trophy and Champions League success. So really, I mean, coming towards this late portion of the season, it couldn't be any harder. I mean, every game matters. Every game carries huge importance, especially with the, I mean, we do have somewhat of a gap at the top, but we do want to make sure we can wrap up this Premier League title as soon as possible. James Ward-Prowse plays it in here towards Lucas Vazquez, and he gets his shot off the post and into the opposite side of the side netting. So Lucas Vazquez getting himself back on the score sheet, making stuff happen, obviously celebrating with his teammates right there. But a nice little through ball from James Ward-Prowse, and Lucas Vazquez made it all happen. The rest of it was all down to himself. I mean, he had Terence Congolo alongside him to deal with, and Lucas Vazquez just made it look easy right there, getting his 10th Premier League goal of the campaign. Pierre-Emile Højbjerg right there playing it into Kapushka, getting himself a start in the Premier League. Back to Højbjerg, who tried the effort from range and forcing a good save out of their Huddersfield keeper. I don't even know who that Huddersfield keeper is, but Højbjerg was able to get that shot off around Aaron Moy, and was heading for that bottom corner, but the keeper had to make sure that he got something on it, and that's exactly what he did, denying us from scoring right there. Only 28 minutes into the game so far with all this happening as well, but we are able to counter-attack from a Huddersfield cross right here. It goes back and forth between Vazquez and Almiron. Almiron plays a defense-splitting through ball to Bartosz Kapushka on the way to score his first goal for Southampton.
It's a miss at a significant time. Will that come back?
Yeah.
They could have been pulling ahead.
Yeah, you see it so often. They are still in charge of this match.
We need to work on his finishing. I'm just saying we need to work on the boys' finishing. Because after that, I went straight into the shit. And I checked his finishing. His finishing is horrible. God, his finishing is in like high 60s maybe. And we were made to punish for missing that chance right there, because Huddersfield came down the other end. And they found it back in there. Areola probably should have done a little bit better. Not too many situations I've been able to say this season where Areola should have done better. But I think he probably should have been able to keep that. I mean, it's point blank range. But if you do get your hand onto that, I guess I'm expecting you to have strong enough wrist to push that. I mean, he pushed it to the side, but he ended up just pushing it to the side net anyway. Again, it's point blank range, so might be a little bit harsh, but I'm just saying I feel like that should be saved. I mean, it's pretty much straight at him. Should be, you know, see, he's got his hand on it, he's deflected it. I guess he just didn't deflect it far enough. Maybe he should have just kept it simple and deflected it over the bar, pushed it over the bar. But he didn't even do that, and Huddersfield come forward at us again. Williams playing it, it takes a deflection and falls to their striker, who tucks it away into the back of the net. A little bit fortunate that time, but really and truthfully, we didn't defend it 100% well. We could have definitely defended that one better. Was allowing them way too much space, and then I guess once the shot deflected, there's not too much we could have done about that one. I mean, I reacted. You see, Kamer did slide, and I did try and get an interception on it, but just wasn't able to make it happen. We're running out of time though, 82 minutes into the game, trying to pull something back, but Huddersfield are on the attack as they almost double their lead right there. But Alphonse Areola makes a good save. 88 minutes as we're pushing forward. Almiron plays it into Bertrand Traore, trying to burst around his man. Doesn't work, but it does fall to Jesse Rodriguez, scoring a late goal in the last episode. Trying to do the same again, but forcing a save out of Huddersfield keeper. 91 minutes on the clock. Trying to create one more chance. Lucas Vazquez, nice interchange right there. Getting the ball down the right hand side. Cross it into the box. Bertrand Traore denied again by their keeper. I don't know who this man is, but he's causing us trouble, baby. Who's this man? Diving in front of the ball, putting his life on the line, and we drop points against Huddersfield. A loss right here in the Premier League is not what we needed disappointment for the Southampton players. Perform relatively well, but I mean,
This is when it really gets tense. Only 4 teams remain in the biggest club competition in the world, and we're not far away from kickoff in the first leg. Stay tuned, we'll have all the action for you live on EA TV.
It's the big one. Interrupting me again. Bayern Munich versus Southampton FC is what we are ready to see right here. We've defeated PSG. We defeated Real Madrid, all on our way to the semi-final. You might be able to say, I mean, you're going to look at the lineup Bayern Munich come out with. I mean, you can already see the name of players they have lining up, scrolling across the screen right there. When you look at the full starting 11, this is probably the best team in the career mode. I mean, I ain't seen Barcelona's lineup or anything like that, or Juventus. Look at this lineup, God damn it, this lineup is strong. Look at them, go ahead and spread. They got Carvajal on the bench, who I didn't even notice. They got Kimmich, Piqué, Boateng, and Alaba. Koke, Cruz, Matic, Goretzka, Coleman, and Lewandowski up front. Lord Jesus, baby, that is a strong-ass lineup. And they definitely gave us a run for our money right here. First leg is in the Allianz Arena, another one of my favorite arenas in world football right now. Beautiful, beautiful. I said it before, the Allianz, Ibrox, you know, the Johan Cruyff Arena, the PSG, I can't even remember what that one's called anymore. The Mestalla is a beautiful arena. This is how we lined up for this game, however. Alphonse Areola in the goal. This is the bench we came out with. Højbjerg is sitting on the bench, as you can see. Areola, Klein, Hood, Hermoso, and Bertrand, the back four. Romeo, Dada, and Lamina in the middle, with Vasquez, Bertrand Traore, and Nathan Redmond leading the line. But Bayern Munich did come off with the first attack in this one. Just going back and forth, I really, looking at it right there, I could see I didn't pressure them enough on the ball. I was kind of sitting back. That was the game plan, and it did work for a lot of portions in this match, but right there it didn't work out great as they hit the post with a beautifully curled effort. 20 minutes in, we were going to create our first chances. Bertrand Traore streaks down the middle, has Alaba coming across, decides to take the shot on with his right foot and really fires it past that post. Goal decision system, not needed at all right there, but they decided to go ahead and throw it. It was very, very clear the ball never crossed the line. At no point did it ever look like it had crossed the line. But they decided to whip it out just to say, hey, we got goal line technology. It was unnecessary. We didn't need it, but look at the pass. Look at the pass. Goretzka's on the ball. Beautiful. Through ball right there to Toni Kroos. And we were behind. Only 25 minutes in. So I'm talking about how the defending worked for portions of the game. Only 25 minutes before Bayern went and opened the scoring. What more? I mean, what more? But I ain't even mad, though, because the pass... Again, it's that same situation. Look at where Toni Kroos came from, and no one tracked him, and that's what happened. That's going to happen every time if you don't track that run. And the annoying thing about stuff like that is there's really nothing you can do about that unless you take control of the midfielders yourself and track the run yourself, because there's no settings that say to track the run. I actually have Lamina set to man marking, so if anything, that would be the option that's going to get players to follow those runs. And it's just not out here. It's not out here working, you know. But again, the pass from Goretzka was beautiful. Beautiful pass right there from Sergi Dada into Romeo, who's got Lucas Vasquez to his right. He finds Lucas Vasquez, tries to bend it, but high and wide from the Spaniard. He's been on form for us all season, just like last season. Well, was it? No. What? Why do I feel like last season? This is only season. Alright, so he's had a brilliant. I was going to say he's had a great Champions League campaign just like last season, but I don't know, for some reason I feel like we were in the Champions League last season. We've done well, but he didn't. I guess I'm just thinking about the season as a whole, but right here we were put to 2-0 down. We missed some chances of our own, and again we're being made to pay for those missed chances because Bayern Munich came forward and they doubled their lead right here. Kingsley Coman was just wide open. Bertrand, I guess, was caught somewhere. He was caught doing something he shouldn't have been doing. And again, just rust into that near post from Kingsley Coman. There's not really much you can do about that with the amount of power he put on that finish. No real finesse. He just smashed it in that near post. 62 minutes. If we can get a goal in this game, that's still very big for us. We get a chance on right here as Traore plays it into Romeo. First touch is poor. Falls to Redmond, who puts it over the bar again. We have had our chances in this game. Again, I mean, it's a tight angle, I guess, but just keep it down. I'm not saying it would have ended up in the back of the net anyway, because Neuer had got back up to his feet. But at least at the target, might spill for someone else. You know, you never happen. If you hit the target, things happen. 78 minutes. Last thing we want is to go 3 down. Brilliant ball across field to Koke. And his finish go hitting the side netting. But we were on the wrong side of the result today. 2 goals down at the end of the first leg. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world, because we bring Bayern Munich to St. Mary's. But what it does mean is we have to get at least 2 goals. We have to win at least 2-0 in the home leg to force it to extra time. And if we want to get the win outright, we need 3 goals. So right here at the Allianz Arena, it did end 2-0. Unfortunately, we couldn't get any away goals, but they're not a must. You know, away goals aren't completely necessary. Moving on from the Champions League action though. Player of the Month shortlist been announced. Eriksen, Mane, Lucas Vazquez, and Sane Bars were nominated. And also some bad news this time, as Wesley Hoot suffered a broken rib injury and will be out for 3 months. That is the remainder of the season Wesley Hoot is going to miss, which means we're going to obviously have to rotate a little bit. And Pardew has been playing very well when given a chance. So in this game against Crystal Palace, we did give the young Welsh defender a chance as well. Also, we got players like Kane. Centre back is one of the most stacked positions in the team at this point as well. So not too much. I mean, he's obviously our starting centre back, but we can survive without Wesley Hoot. We have some other good options, especially again with Pardew stepping up recently and starting to perform a lot better than recent. Not that he was ever performing bad, but of course, you have to perform when you get those chances when you're a young player, and he's been performing. So partners Hermoso at the back, Target also starting the left back. Yang, Valerie, they actually didn't show the whole lineup. I don't know what happened right there. It must have skipped the shit, but you know, what it is. You saw most of it. The only difference up front, I believe Bertrand Traore was leading the line, and another injury hit us. And this is down to my sliders. Actually, I did increase injuries in my sliders. I had to basically throw them all the way up. My injuries in my sliders are sitting at like 95 out of 100. I might as well put them up to 100 at this point. I've taken down injury severity, however, and I've put injury frequency up, because I just feel like you don't get enough injuries throughout this whole series. I've had like 3-4 injuries. You know, I want more. You know, I want injuries. I want it to be realistic. You know, players get injured all the time, even if they're only out for a week. You know, even if they're just missing 1 game with a tight groin or a tight hamstring. You know, players get injured, and in this they just don't. So I put the injury frequency up. And one tip for making career mode more interesting. I know I've shown you guys my sliders, and I have changed them again since. But one thing that actually helps a lot is to just change them more often. You know, don't change them and just. One thing I've noticed, if you change them often, I've said it before, like difficulty in FIFA isn't really about how hard the game is. It's more about just having to get used to how the AI play. As we get a chance right here, and it's a poor finish right there from Hesse on the left hand side, on his right foot as well. Not good enough forcing the save out of the keeper right here. But as I was saying, it's not really like the game is difficult on ultimate difficulty. It's more that you have to learn how the AI play, which while you're learning, it makes it seem like it's difficult. So one thing that helps is to just change the sliders often, and then it kind of stops you from getting used to how it plays. You know, one game have the AI marking tight, one game have them marking loose. One game turn their speed up, next game turn it down, one game turn up their run frequency, next game, you know, and then it will mix things up, and it will be a lot harder for you to get used to it and just know what they're going to do all the time. But you see right here, we did concede a penalty. A handball was given against Hermoso. Harsh. I'm just going to say that one is harsh, but the AI didn't really care, because Milivojevic stepped up and found the back of the net right there. And again, for the second time in this episode, we are trailing in the Premier League. This is exactly what we didn't want, because it would be huge if we dropped 6 points in the title race in this one episode. That would be absolutely massive. You've seen the table throughout the season, and at times we've had a huge gap, as I've said, but I mean, it's been closing, and dropping 6 points is massive. If Spurs won all their games and we drop these points, it's huge. But it looks like we're getting back into it as Almiron finds Sofian Buffon, comes off of the post, falls back to Almiron. And that's brilliant work from Miguel Almiron because he never stopped his run. He gave it to Buffon right here. And look at it, he just kept moving. It came off the post, somehow didn't end up in the back of the net. Spilled out to Almiron, who found the back of the net, and you look right there, the boy almost missed. Like, he was gonna miss. It actually came off of the goalkeeper and went into the back of the net, fortunately for us. But 92 minutes, last chance of the game. Yo, it's a good thing I ain't even gonna show you guys a replay. You ain't gonna see the replay. It was just a mess. Just a mess. We should have dealt with it and cleared that ball away with the first header, but it's just poor. Another injury received. This one, definitely not as big. Matt Target's been our third choice left back for the majority of the season, and unfortunately, in one of the rare starts for him, he is out with a dislocated shoulder, 8 weeks. Pretty much the rest of the season as well, but again, he's our third choice left back. He's not going to be a huge miss. It's just a little bit unfortunate. Getting some good news as we head into the second leg against Bayern Munich. Lucas Vazquez is given the Player of the Month award for the month just passed, and we welcome Bayern Munich to St. Mary's, a stadium that we've made somewhat of a fortress this season. And we're definitely going to need it to be a fortress today. Again, you know what we need? We need 3 goals to win. And we need to make sure, we need to pretty much make sure we don't concede any goals. Because 3 goals and a goal conceded, still not enough. Because they will go through on away goals. You see right here. This is how we lined up. This is looking at the bench. Højbjerg did start the game this time. Lemina dropped a bit deeper into that role Romeo would usually play, just for a little bit of a more attacking mindset. Buffon and Vazquez start out wide, with Bertrand Traoré leading the line once more. Bayern Munich squad, you look at it again, I think they played the exact same squad they played in the first leg. Nope. Hummels comes in for PK. That is about it. But again, you bring in Hummels for PK, their team is overpowered, baby. 14 minutes into the game, Bertrand Traoré dropping deep to try and receive the ball, making a little bit of space, letting the shot fly straight into the hands of Neuer. But I mean, getting some shots off early is important for a game like this. Getting a goal early would be huge, as Dada works hard to get the ball out to Lucas Vazquez, finds Bertrand Traoré. He's going to bring it back to Vazquez as we try and work something for ourselves. Lemina is going to play it across to Højbjerg. Space is open up for Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, who beats Neuer with a brilliantly driven shot. Goes to pick up the ball. Only 20 minutes played and we are up and running. That's exactly what we needed. An early goal can do no harm. Brilliant finish from the Dane. Had an outstanding season up to this point, and he's just piling it on. Again, he's just been brilliant for us all campaign long. And to be completely honest with you, if it came down to the vote right now, I'm giving player of the season to Højbjerg. I don't know about you guys. The vote is going to be up to you guys at the end of the day. But my vote would be leaning towards Højbjerg. Of course, Vazquez and Traoré have had brilliant seasons. Ryan Bertrand also. Those would be my selections. Those are probably the players you're going to be able to vote for. But Højbjerg, I would be giving it to. Buffon with a huge charge right there, 36 minutes, to level the whole tie up. But unfortunately, unable to beat the keeper right there. Probably should have went far post, but I tried to sneak it in. And sometimes you just feel like it will work sneaking in the near post. Didn't work. A lot of the time it doesn't. Maybe you should just keep it real simple and go far post. But sometimes it does work, which kind of sells dreams. But Bayern Munich came in forward again, 54 minutes in, and all but ended our hopes and dreams right there. Huge missed chance from Buffon. And really, if we'd scored that one with Buffon before conceding this goal from Kingsley Coman, maybe we would have been, I would have been a little bit more upbeat, because it would have meant, yeah, we just need 2 goals. But unfortunately, we were pegged back to 1-0 on the night, which meant 3-1 aggregate, and obviously an away goal for Bayern Munich, which is the most important thing at this moment. So Kingsley Coman scores against us home and away, and really it's a tough pill to swallow, man, because we were playing real well up to this point, and now we kind of just had to dig deep again and make something real unlikely happen up to this point. A bit of poor defending right there from Lewandowski. Well, from us against Lewandowski, as he was just able to pretty much walk through our defense at that point. Pushing forward again, only 15 minutes on the clock, however, running out of time. Højbjerg is going to slide it down. Bertrand Traore one-on-one with the keeper and denied by a brilliant Manuel Neuer save. And unfortunately, that was the end of our Champions League campaign. I mean, it's a hard pill to swallow again, but you look on the upside, we've had a brilliant campaign all round, beating PSG and beating Real Madrid again, getting to the semi-final in our first Champions League run. But this is how the Premier League, this is how the episode is going to end for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. West Ham have pulled out of the relegation zone, but right now it's looking like Villa, Stoke and Forest. I hate to see the 3 teams that came up go back down. I want to see some variety in the table. But right here, only 3 points. Only 3 points separate us and Spurs at the top of at the head of the table. And I believe, yes. So the next episode is the last kind of full episode. For the next episode has 2 games, and then the last one is going to be live. Final game of the season live. So whether we've wrapped up by then or not, you guys are going to have to wait and see. For now, I see you guys on the flip side.